What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Oh man, always packing a tough punch every time. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification button so you get every single video every single day. The streak continues. It doesn't matter if Joe and I cannot do it together with a dynamic duo. We will continue to do it solo, whatever it takes to continue to keep involvement in the community. Also, Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Get access to our spreadsheet. Get these cool stars beside your name. Get entered into a giveaway to get a start in the universe, which has always been a fun one. We're going to talk a little bit about market caps later. So if you want to use our market cap spreadsheet, there is one for free. You don't have to be a VIP to use the free one. It's in the link in the description below. But if you want to become a VIP, it just gives you some extra hits and extra calculations if you're into that. You can reach out to us anytime, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You already know we're going to respond to you. We're going to interact. So reach out to us anytime if you just want to talk. Thank you guys, our VIPs. Thank you so much for your support. Never necessary, but we appreciate you and the support that you guys give us. It helps keep us going. So thank you all so much for that support. But not that much going on today, but there was some big news. Let's bring up the Superstar Money Twitter to start. We talked about the Mona Lisa a little bit here, which is very, very funny, slapping Reese's face on the Mona Lisa. A lot of talk about Mona Lisa right now. So very funny. That was posted by Michael Campa. How to Brain. He says, auction ending less than 3 hours, 2K before. I think it did end it. I helped him retweet it. He was putting up his animated Spider-Man Miles Morales. Not sure what it sold for, but How to Brain, thanks for reaching out. We'll continue to help you out with that. He did say he became a VIP. I mean, we would have helped you out anyways, man. You didn't have to become a VIP, but thanks for doing that. And yeah, anytime you want an advertisement, you know we got your back. Double Quill. This thread is for all the current story links to my blog. And please, please, please go read all of these blogs by Double Quill NFT. So underrated and such a supporter of the VV community. I look forward to all our releases. You will not be disappointed. There you go. So check it out. Metaverse Life. Oh my God. Did you guys see the video today? That was another level of insanity. How does anybody come up with what he came up with? He just kept bringing it. He had advertisements for this. And then the video was 11 minutes long. It was incredible. If you haven't already checked it out, I strongly, strongly recommend you go watch this video. You had Homer Simpson in it. You had all sorts of different people from the community in it. You might even see some Superstar Money in it. But man, that was an incredible video. I mean, Metaverse Life, props to you. Talk about some amazing advertisement for Vivian as well. He was able to use the actual collectible animations directly from the app, and he built them into the story. It's already hard enough if you think about it, where you have to build a storyline. He created a movie, right? And it's already hard enough to build that in this animated kind of world. And then on top of that, he actually made sense. It made sense with the animation of the collectibles. So really, really well done. You guys have to check that out. You do not want to miss that. And then Comics Crypto says this type of content not only inspires current VV official users, but attracts new users too. We just showed the VV 500 to a group of people during lunch that don't understand NFT or Web3, but they love this video and just downloaded the VV official app. Incredible. Talk about advertising, talk about marketing. Nothing like a fun video, just like some singles that you just recently had from me. That was pretty funny. I got to talk about that later because, man, my voice, it really spooked some people off. You guys are lucky I didn't take my shirt off. All right. If you thought you were scared by my voice, I got worse. We got VV Magic here. She's such a good sport athlete. So VV Magic, I think it's time for a neck tattoo. Chucky for the win. She switched. Watch the video. She switched teams. She was all in one way, and then Captain America he lost it, and I don't want to no spoilers I guess, but then yeah, she had to get a new tattoo on that one. There was a Discord community update today. I did not attend it. Joe attended. I didn't catch up with him to see exactly what was said. You guys can let me know in the comments below because I'll be reading them after the video. Is there anything that you want to add from that? Let me know. Okay, so VVs, one of the big things that's coming out right now is the giant size X-Men #1. We're going to get into that. Just one thing to mention is that there was the Kang drop that happened. Really cool collectible. I don't think it's sold out, but it's very, very cool collectible nonetheless. So Anyways, let's take a look at the Marvel Digital Comics Giant Size X-Men #1. This is an interesting comic. We haven't got one of these in a while. So according to the breakdown, so you got, obviously here's the 5 right here. You got the common looking pretty cool. You got Wolverine right at the front. You got the uncommon doing the usual gray. Very artistic on the rare. The ultra rare is just a little bit of a bonus on top of that one. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about this one. You guys can let me know too. It's not. I would not say this is my favorite looking cover, but it's a little bit more abstract. Let's use that word, abstract, for the artists. And then you got the secret rare there with the pink. You know the pink's always going to do well. So listed price 10. Okay, it's dropping tomorrow. There's a total of 7,500 mints. So 4,500 commons, 1,687 uncommons, 750 rares, 375 ultra rares, and 188 secret rares. So there's a max limit of 3 buys. It says here there's a max purchase limit of 3 blind boxes from the store for this digital comic. So I think this is definitely going to sell out. Why? Because our good friend Sleepin', if you go to VV Rank, it shows it as a tier S. We do not get these tier S's often, okay? It's the first appearance of Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Thunderbird. If you take a look, what other tier S's are there on the app? He has Amazing Fantasy 15, obviously. He has Amazing Spider-Man 252, but that's only due to the scarcity. Then you have Giant Size X-Men #1. It's not the most scarce, but at 7,500 to be an S tier, you know that's a quality comic. Journey into the Mystery 83, which I think is interesting. That's the first drop. That's the first appearance of Thor. That's a classic comic, so that's an important one. Then you have Marvel Comics #1, and that has like 60,000 mints, so that's like insane high mints. There's not many S's. Count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 S's, including the drop that's coming tomorrow. You have to go for the drop tomorrow. I'm going to do a price prediction just because I want to be able to compare it. I used Journey into Mystery 83. Sorry, Ecomi Wiki, I couldn't get your search to work, so I jumped over to NFT Tracker to get it quicker. Floor price is 49. There's a total of 6,000 for a market cap of $294,000. So Giant Size X-Men, if you take a look at Go Collect here, what you see is that the 9.8, there's a census of 220 copies for a fair market value of 35,000. Supposedly, that's pretty good. Like to have that many high quality, it's a 1975 comic. So there's a lot of higher quality editions that exist where Amazing Fantasy 15, there's really no 9.8s. So it's pretty good. There's a lot more of them, right? But for the fact that you have 220 of them times the 35,000 fair market value, which might even be more, who knows? You're in a pretty high market cap. This is a very, very important book, which obviously you have to go for on VV, because if you get it, even if you don't want it, you can flip it. For what I'm thinking, that because this market cap's 294,000, this is an older book, right? What we find is as drops go on, as more time goes on, the newer drops don't tend to bring in the equal market caps the other ones. So there was a little bit less here too. I'm gonna just dock off, for argument's sake, like because this is an old collectible. I'm just gonna dock off 50,000 from the market cap. So we're gonna go with a $244,000 market cap, and I'm gonna go ahead and divide that by 7,500, and I'm getting around 32.5 gems. So even though this one's trading for 49, it's trading for 49, but it has 6,000 mints. This one has an extra 1,500, which brings that price down a bit. And because it's a newer collectible, that should also hurt the value too, just because this is the nature of things. So I'm going to go with a price prediction of 33 gems, okay? 33 gems for this $10 comic. You can triple your gems if you get the drop by 3. By 3, then you'll get 90 from that. Then you could profit when it's 20 times 3, so you get 60. So go for the drop, guys. It's totally worth going for, whether you're a collector or a flipper. And VV Rank, the comic experts, don't take it from me, take it from the comic experts. It's an S tier. You gotta get the S tiers if you can. Now, separate topic. This is a dual topic video. 2 days ago, Joe broke the internet because he made a video saying, I am selling my VV collectibles. Okay. Now you have to go watch the video. That caused a lot of problem. There was a lot of talk about influencers, if you even want to call us that, but they would say, YouTubers and people in the community that have their faces on videos and go online and whatnot. There's a lot of talk about a lot of them selling, right? Selling their collectibles and kind of leaving VV. Or maybe there's a big thing about selling all your collectibles and going into OMI because maybe OMI is going to be the better play. If you remember that, it wasn't too long ago, maybe 2-3 months now. So I wanted to bring up another perspective though. So watch his video. I mean, he did sell collectibles, but that doesn't mean he cashed out. Okay, so go check it out. I want to now do the counter argument because I'm in a little bit of a different boat than Joe. I am not selling my Veve collectibles. I'm not selling them at all. Okay. I haven't sold a single one in the longest time, to be honest with you, because I've slowly collected over time simply things that I've liked. So I have a hard time parting ways with it because I bought it for a reason back then and I want to hold on to it. I've never overextended myself in this app, right? So the fact that people were getting extreme, you should have seen the comments. There were some very upset people, most likely because when they see those negative titles, they have grave concerns about their collectibles and how it's a bad taste on their collectibles. But the reality is that's not the case. The reality is that the market's going to do what's want to do. I just did a video recently about how, Veve is not growing and there's nothing Veve can do about it. I really believe that the team at Veve can only prepare for the next bull run. They can bring in marketing. They can bring in all these things. The MCP, I want them to bring all these things, build the functionality of the app in preparation for the next bull run. But until that next bull run comes, they really can't take it to that next plateau. So with that being said, my expectation from the beginning has been I'm in this for the long run. So I have no reason to sell. And I think there's a lot of people like me as well. So don't get mad if someone else is selling. You got to stick to your own guns. Joe's going to do what he wants to do. It's his investment in the sense that he's collectibles. If he wants to sell them, he wants to go buy a partner statue, that's on him, right? If he wants to sell them and he wants to go buy an Eye of Agamotto, that's on him. He could do whatever he wants with it. In fact, he can even sell and cash out and walk away if he really wanted to. I'm just saying, do whatever he wants. It shouldn't upset you. Shouldn't upset you. If you're someone in the YouTube comments getting upset, don't get upset. Because in terms of what individuals are going to do, they're going to do what they want. That's how markets work. So what's your strategy? Your strategy, if you didn't sell, is probably similar to mine. You're in it for the long run. You're buying what you like. You don't want to sell because you don't know when you're going to buy back in. And then if you do buy back in, you're going to want to buy back the things that you sold because I bought the things that I like. Although an argument could be made that if you sell some things you like to buy something that's more sought after because you can accrue gems and say, okay, I have a bunch of things. I have 10 things worth $100. Let me sell the 10 things worth $100, less 8.5%. And I'll take my $925, whatever it is, or $915, and I'll go buy a better collectible that's 915 gems, right? You could do that, but then you're kind of all in on all eggs on one basket. I've always liked to spread it out because I don't know what's going to happen in the future with all these different collectibles. I don't know which ones are going to get me access to certain areas of the Veveverse. I don't know which ones are going to do something for me going forward. I don't know which ones might just randomly take off because they become like a meme NFT and they just randomly, blow up. So I've bought what I like and I like to hold them because I don't know what's going to happen to them in the future. I could consolidate into what's amazing right now, but at the same time, what's amazing right now may not be amazing in the future. So you got to be careful with that. Even though we're all like eyes are like widen like this, like, oh my God, I want to buy Amazing Spider-Man number 252 because it has only 1,000 mints. And there was, for a long time, there was no other comic that had 1,000 mints. That doesn't mean that the future doesn't hold many more low mint runs of comics. So that's why the more that you own, the more you kind of diversify your spread in the app. Not to mention there's benefits for MCP. If you consolidate into a few collectibles, it's possible that you may damage yourself on the MCP side. I know that in Joe's case, he's protecting for that. He's leaving some funds to the side to take care of MCP. But some of you may not have that much in the app that you might have to sell everything to accrue 3,000 gems in order to buy a partner statue. For example, you might have to sell everything to get 1,000 gems to buy a Todd. So for that reason, you got to just really stick to your guns on what your strategy is. You got to remember what makes Veve something that you're interested in the first place. Veve is going to have its issues. None of those issues have not been talked about on this channel at some point. Part of understanding where you're going in the future is also understanding back then what's in the terms of reference. Like, we know there's no interoperability. We can only buy on what we have right now, and the ideology of the NFTs and how they can it's still speculation, how they can speculatively gain utility and gain value in other ways. We don't know what's going to happen with those. So you got to stick to your guns a little bit. If you change direction, let's say you do, like, some people wanted to leave the app, you got to make sure you change direction in such a way that you don't regret it. Because the last thing you want is another bull run to happen. You're like, oh my God, I sold out. I missed the boat, whatever. But at the same time, you don't want to FOMO into it either. There's been enough bull traps that's happened throughout last year where things start spiking. All of a sudden, everyone's jumping in, throwing in money just to come right back down. You got to just use data, right? Use data, not emotions. The app is still doing well. Money's still coming into the app. We have Put in Cheeks' spreadsheet that shows us that people are still putting money into this app. Now, it's way less than it was in the past, but it's healthy enough that this app isn't going anywhere. It's not going bankrupt. The team has enough funds at this point. I mean, I don't know 100% because they're a private company. You can't see their financials. But based on the amount of gems that are being bought every single day based on Put in Cheeks' spreadsheet, they make a lot of money a month, not to mention all the money they've already made back then. So the app shouldn't be going bankrupt. It really comes down to delivery on their end, which they're trying to do. It's a lot of hashtags soon, but that doesn't mean that they can't overcome it. So if you're going to sell out, if you're going to consolidate, you have to consider, if you do consolidate, are you comfortable with the fact that you might give up on MCP? You have no idea how effective that's going to be and how important that's going to be. Are you giving up on maybe potential future utility that you don't know about? Maybe with the Viviverse, all these options that you can have. You got to consider these things and be careful about moving forward. None of this is financial advice. These are my opinions, and this is the reason why I'm not selling. I bought what I like. I'm going to hold it. All the money I've put into the app, to me, is already zero, right? We make videos. We made 5 or 6 videos. Everything's going to zero. But, and we did that in order to identify issues in the market at the time, the trends that we thought they were going to go. But I still never sold because I didn't care. I'm buying these collectibles for a long-term gain, not for the short-term game. I'm not truly a flipper, although I do care about the drops in terms of not going for a drop because I don't want to just lose my gems right off the bat. I'd rather preserve them and buy it later if I really want the collectible. But yeah, like, you got to make sure you think things out before you just be reactive. You don't want to sell unless you have a plan. You guys criticize Joe. He had a plan. You didn't like the title? Well, too bad. That's just how it goes sometimes. Watch the video and you'll see maybe a different perspective than you're used to. Because sometimes different perspectives are a good thing. They make you think. We get it all the times in the comments, different perspectives. Makes us think. Sometimes we do the videos. This is the opposite video of Joe's video. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. Do you sell your collectibles right now into cash to wait? Are you selling your collectibles and consolidating to a better, more desirable collectible? Are you holding like me, where you bought what you like and you're just staying stable and you're just picking up things as you go if you choose to do so? I would like to know the consensus below on your strategy so that we get a little bit of better understanding of what right now the 5,000 active users a day are doing on Veve, right? So guys, thank you all so much again for tuning in. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar fam, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. It does not stop. We will not stop, even if it means doing it alone. Guys, $2.99 a month, start beside your name. Thank you guys so much for our VAPs. We appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Love you.